Hey family, it's Tasha from MAMABEAR Prepping. You already know what time it is. Get your drink pull up. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday. Just a very, very nice chill Saturday. We got to sleep in a little bit. I don't know if sleeping in till 7:30 is really sleeping in, but for, you know, a family who has chores, has animals, has things that have to be done, 7:30 is pretty good. So excited. Gonna get some things done. Weather is so-so. It's not raining, it's not super cold, so we're feeling blessed with that. Today what we're going to get into is all this noise about the banks, bank closures, big banks collapsing. What does that mean for us? What we should, you know, what does this change for us? What should we be doing? And I'm just going to really talk about the same things that I normally would advise when people ask me this. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a money background. I don't, I'm not some kind of money genius. I don't, you know, I don't have like stocks and bonds and all this investing portfolios. I'm just a mama bear, right? And I'm just gonna keep it real and let you know how I feel and how me and my family prepare for situations like this that are happening. Now, it's no secret, over probably the last year and a half, there's been problems with some banks on my level, at the level of the lower consumer, lower customer, average banking citizen, right? Of having issues with their banks not allowing a certain amount of money to be pulled out, just flat out saying, no, you can't get any money right now. Flat out saying, hey, there's glitches, there's stuff going on, you can't get money. We've had several different either hacks slash glitches slash whatever they want to name it in the news of certain banks, big name banks, having issues, right? Having issues with deposits, not being able to decipher deposits, where they're coming from, mixing accounts being mixed up, some people having millions of dollars, some people having down to zero. And so there's been a lot of problems. Bank closing on lower customers, meaning just closing the account and that's it. The account's closed, or just closing the account and the ability of being able to pull cash. Hey, there's a problem, you can't pull cash right now. And so all these things are not good things, right? When you're trying to live life, you're trying to pay bills, you're trying to buy things, you're trying to, you know, you're out buying groceries and then all of a sudden your card doesn't work and it's like, you know, there's money in there. It's embarrassing, right? And so there's a lot of folks having problems with their banks in general, and we're seeing this. Just got sent today. My sister actually sent me a clip today talking about, hey, do you have Wells Fargo? Wells Fargo's got a glitch going on right now where a bunch of their customers woke up to zero accounts, with accounts that said they had zero money in their accounts. Deposits were not honored, right? So their normal like deposits of their checks and all that stuff, that normal stuff, it didn't go through, right? Weren't honored, weren't in their banks, right? They know that their institutions where they work, whatever, had paid them, and yet the deposit is not there. And so a lot of banking issues right now, and this has been happening. So I've always advised, right? You have to give yourself options as a family. You have to give yourself money options. You've got to pull cash out. You know, I'm not saying do a run on the banks at all, because that's not good either. But I think that it is definitely smart to take some money out and to have cash available. And this is more than a couple $100s. Now, if that's all your budget can allow is a couple $100, start taking that overage out. That little bit that's overage, take that out. You have to have preparedness money, emergency money, evacuation money anyway. You've got to have some cash available in case your bank, because this is the thing. People are like, well, you're not going to have to pay your mortgage. You're not going to have to pay your car note. You're going to have to pay your bills if everything collapses. Yes, if everything collapses, that is a true story. But if you have small pockets of stuff happening, let me let the cat out. I'll be right back. I'm back. The cat was like hitting these curtains that we have, and she was like getting caught up in them. But anyway, if you've got to take your money out, people say, you know, hey, the collapse, you're not going to have a problem paying your bills, all this stuff. But if the problem is a small problem, meaning it's just your bank, it's a couple banks, it's just the customers that have to deal with that bank, it's not necessarily all banks, total collapse, you're still going to have people coming for you for money. You're going to have people that can sympathize and be like, oh no, that's horrible, but they're not going to be there to save you, to help you. And so what's going to happen is you're going to start to default. All those customers are going to start to default, and people are still going to want their money. Bills are still going to be wanting their money. Now, obviously, the minute something happens, you know, the minute you tell me I can't get my money, the deposit's not there, I go through a month now where I have no money for the month, let's say, and I have no more money to basically pay this month forward's bills, right? I'm immediately, wherever my checks, my company, my job, my retirement, wherever your money is coming from that's incoming, I'm changing it right away to a different bank, okay? I'm not dealing with that because, I'll be danged if you go through that in a month period and now you have no money, you have no idea what the outcome of that's going to be, and then you're going to allow yourself to get to month 2 and just keep accruing. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to cut my losses, be done. Yes, I'm going to try to recover my money and follow that to get my money back. Yes, but I'm going to change my deposits immediately to another location. To me, if anything suspicious is happening to my accounts, glitches, hacks, no money. I wake up one day and there's zero money in there. I go to the bank, they try to haggle me about how much I'm taking out and why am I taking it out, and I can't take out more than however much, right? And I'm there in person. That's a problem for me. And if I wake up one day and my deposits are not there, or I know my deposits came and they're not showing in the bank, and I'm calling the bank and they don't have a fix that's like that, I'm changing banks, you guys. Again, I'm seeing that situation through to the end, and then I'm closing that account, pulling my money out. Once everything's resolved, I'm pulling my money out and I'm closing that bank, and I'm taking my money somewhere else. I personally think that credit unions are better than banks. We've seen several banks have glitches, hacks, issues, concerns, red flags, really, if you will, that make me not trust them. So those big banks, I'm not trusting it. This morning that she emailed me about was about Wells Fargo. We've heard stuff about several other banks. These big banks now closed, 2 banks in the last 48 hours, a third on its way, Silicon Valley Bank. These big bank collapse. Now, those to me are bank collapses, and those affect the economy hugely, right? And so that's a problem. That's another big flag, but that's a flag on a bigger level, on a bigger crash, a bigger collapse, which is not good, right? And so you couple all this stuff, our money is just not safe, and again, I don't say this to say take a run on the banks, take all your money out and just start paying everything with cash, but you've got to give yourself options. You've got to get maybe a little bit of gold, get a little bit of silver. I mean, when these crashes happen, that stuff goes up through the roof, and then it just gets harder, obviously, for you to even buy it in the first place if you don't already have it. I'm going to be, just my opinion, I'm not a financial person. I'm not buying anything digital. I'm just not. I'm not a believer. Gold, silver, and options. Cash, all right, at home, hidden, wherever. So cash options. A lot of people like to take cash out, load visas, load some sort of load card, right? Visa, MasterCard, and have that, and they feel safer than having cash. Now, I will say if it's an individual banking situation, it's your bank, that's an issue. That's a smart way to be. I mean, you've got money loaded, and then you can continue to pay bills with another card, with another option that you've been loading. But again, if we talk about total collapse, that could be an issue, right? Total collapse, banks collapse, can't get stuff out of ATM, that card's not going to be able to be put in and get money out. Could the card still be used possibly to buy stuff online? Yes, absolutely, possibly, but it depends on the size of the collapse, right? But it's loaded money. So again, the bigger it goes, I don't know how safe that is. A lot of people like cashier's check. Oh, well, I put money on a cashier's check and I keep those instead of cash. To me, I mean, that's just as dangerous as cash, right? So it could be stolen, it could be used, they could get cash, they could write their name in there, whatever. And I'm not sure that it would be honored, right? Especially if you talk about a big crash, you've got all these places that are not going to be giving up their cash, right? They're not going to be honoring a cashier's check. So me, I'm old fashioned. I like cash. I like options, particularly hardcore gold, silver, and I like assets in the sense of preparedness assets. Food, water, meds, to me, those are assets. Your preparedness items, a large watering filter system, a freeze dryer, solar panels, solar generators, regular generators, all that stuff, oil lanterns, all of that stuff, fuels, land, a home, that stuff is assets. Buy that stuff. Spend your money. Don't let $100,000, $50,000, $40,000 sit in your bank account not doing anything for you. And a lot of people will be like, well, it's working for me. It's stocks, it's bonds, I'm making money. But baby, that's gone. All of that is swept away if we have a big crash. And we are moving. The flags are showing you, the dots are showing you that that is the direction that we're moving in. And so, 401ks and retirements and just thinking, oh, I'll have this nest egg. There's no big deal. I don't care because I have this. But if it goes left and stuff crashes, you're not going to have access to that stuff. And that's scary. And maybe go past the point of return where you're not even able to withdraw it, pull it out, whatever. Okay. Like everything just kind of stops and goes in a holding pattern. And that's not good. And so you want to give yourself options for survival, right? Again, I'm not a financial person, I'm not into stocks, bonds. There's tons of channels that will walk you through all of that stuff. I'm literally just telling you what is a concern for me and my family and what we believe is important. And your skill set, the things that you can do, the income that you can make, that's not connected to the internet, the self-sufficient and being self-sufficient and surviving aspect of, having the things you need and knowing how to do the things, right? Water, food, meds, being able to take care of yourself in a situation is no different in a situation where the banks close. Money is involved, obviously, but it's no different in the sense of you just need to prepare and have options for yourself. Give yourself options for the different things that could happen. And don't be so naive to just keep all your money in your bank and say, oh, well, that will never happen. Oh, I see these videos of people talking about these banks, but that's never happened. I've never had a problem with my bank. But never say never, baby. Again, I like credit unions better than banks. But that doesn't mean that I trust them anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, it will never happen because it's a credit union. Absolutely not. I just am a believer in those. And I see much higher increase of things happening to these banks, especially these popular banks, right? Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I mean, those banks have been all over the news the last, year and a half of having issues with money, with people's money, with not giving people their money, with closing accounts for no reason, just the runaround for all types of stuff. Okay. Just closing a bank account, just period. Oh, we can't, and it's going to take a while to give you your money, or a lot of fraud. Oh, you can't touch your money right now, or just a glitch, zero accounts, accounts with zero, deposits not coming in. I mean, that's horrible. The minute you can't pay a bill, that's horrible, gut wrenching. And so you've got to give yourself options. If you are one of these folks that own your home and all you have to worry about is your taxes, baby, I'm not even keeping the money in the bank anymore, right? I'm keeping tax money, in envelopes, hidden away, buried, whatever. But my tax money is separate. It's for a rainy day, right? I'm buying gold, silver in the thought process of my ability to pay my home tax one day, to where somebody can't drive me off the land because I don't have the ability to pay tax, right? And I get it. People say, oh, it collapses. You're not going to have to worry about that. Nobody's coming for that. I don't trust it. I'm just telling you that I'm going to give myself options. I'm going to give my family options, the most options for what could happen, because really at the end of the day, we don't know 100% what could happen, how it could affect certain things in your life, your certain ability to do things, pay things, whatever, right? If you're trusting of the government, that there's not stuff written into laws and policies written in to be able to confiscate, take things, even in situations, I mean, I can't help you, right? So be paying attention. Obviously, I would say in days to come, it's going to get worse, right? I would venture another bank is going to follow suit pretty soon. These big bank closures, they're not really closures, they're collapses. Their inability to do business anymore. And that's scary. That's a problem, right? And that's a huge flag for us, the little people, we the people, that things are not going in a good direction, okay? So take that for what you want. I'd love to hear your comments in the comments below. I will be deleting anybody who comes in talking about call my friend for money advice and talk to this person about investing in stocks and bonds. I'm not playing that noise over here. Those comments will be deleted. I don't normally delete comments, but we're not coming over here trying to use this video talking about money to enhance people that I have no idea what your background is or what you're doing, okay? And I would hope that if you're watching this and then you see those types of comments, that you're not just falling for that and calling them and seeing what kind of investments and different things you can do, right? Do stuff the authentic way. Do not be doing business through YouTube, okay? All right, so you guys be well. I'll see you guys next week on the next video. Take care. Bye.